NTSU Elections 2017 on Fly FM.
I think Timmy's done a great job this year of bringing the Union Coastal together. When I spoke to him before the campaigning started, we discussed how we wanted to improve student engagement. I actually feel like with the amount of candidates running this year, we've already started to do that. It's the biggest thing that I want to try and drive home. So there aren't any big changes that I'd want to make at the moment, but I think he's done a great job so far. I do, which is why I didn't jump to an immediate reaction to say, yes, I support it. Now, that has given me a lot of criticism from student members so far, but I stand by that. I think it's very important to be balanced in the way that we deal with this. The NUS provides a lot of benefit, and until we can be sure that we wouldn't be putting our members at a huge disadvantage by leaving the SU, I wouldn't want to make that choice. It's very difficult. We're a very large university. It's why we have the VPs as well, though, so they're focusing on their main area. They're the experts in their specific sections. It's about bringing their feedback all together and looking at ways that we can kind of communicate across those VP roles. For example, if you volunteer, perhaps you might be wanting to link up with the sports teams or the societies to volunteer in more specific areas. So it's about working together and trying to pull that feedback in as one cohesive block. I think sometimes it can be an issue. I'm not saying in this one that it is. It's one of those things where you need to be people who you can, go and engage with people very easily. People already know you. It does get you the support, but ultimately it should be on policy. You could be the most popular person in the world. If your ideas are dangerous or if your ideas are just not going to benefit students, then there's no point in electing them. There's nothing currently wrong with the SU in the way that it functions. We were best SU for higher education, at least, in 2015 and 2016. I want to see us getting back on top again. That is going to mean bringing more areas together. There are some areas where we could cross over more, and we just currently don't. It's not a bad thing, but it's an area for improvement.
Nothing I'm planning to radically change. I will see where Timmy's projects are at before I start saying I'm going to take over. Anything that's at a loose end, I'm obviously going to want to finish. But change drastically, no, I can't really think, because he's done an amazing job as president this year. Yeah, there's going to be massive ramifications, because when you're not in the NUS, you don't have that backing, the prices are going to go up of things. I haven't honestly thought about how I would conduct a referendum or find out whether one is wanted or not. I would think maybe some polls, just sort of like a voting system. Would you want one, would you not? It's something to consider, I think, a bit further down the line, but it's definitely open to consideration. Everyone does have their own needs, but you can block them out into disability needs, cultural needs, race needs, sexuality needs, and a lot of them, there's a lot of overlap. So it's not 20,000 individual needs, it's a combination of maybe 20 or so needs. There's way more than that, but just for examples. It's never going to be fixable because people will always vote for their favourite person rather than who they actually who they think is best. Mainly because they always think that the person that they like is the best. So all I can really do is just prove to people that I would be the best candidate. And yeah, that I can do it, basically.
NTSU Elections 2017 on Fly FM.